Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both have had, you know what I mean, career-defining runs with the Magic. You know what I'm saying? Lakers, obviously, you know what I mean? Superman nickname. There's a lot of like crossover there where, you know, he might have gotten his bag a little bit.
But what?
You know, and the back and forth is like, you know, as a fan,
it's
it's
never
entertaining.
no back and forth. I've never had a conversation with this man to where it was something of like disrespect.
Right, but as I said on the internet, IRL. On the internet, y'all go back and forth. Like, I guess like in person, probably that conversation hasn't been had.
I went back and forth with him on the internet one time, and that was as of recent, because it's like, why is we still doing this? Why is it always something that you got to say about me? I don't bother you. I don't, you know, whatever you do, that's you. I respect you as the OG of the league. I respect, but all this is like got to be cut out because you're just going too far now.
So two things, two questions rather. Do you think it's a matter of Shaq is now a retired player? He's a member of the media. That type of stuff gets engagement. It gets people talking.
But it should be a code. It's a code. I got a code with Melo, and I don't know him personally like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like when we go back and all that stuff. But I'm not going to talk about his personal life. I'm not going to say nothing about Melo. Anything that has any negativity to it, I'm not going to speak on it when it comes to Melo. Because he got family, he got kids, he got people that watch shows and they see what we say. So I'm not going to do that. And that's with any male or any female, period. If it's public, I'm not going to get out here and bash you or talk negative about you because you have a life to live.
Right.
And words hold power. Right. So I don't do that. So
how does that get reconciled? Is there anything?
I mean, I have
before the reconciliation. Where did it come from?
Yeah.
I don't know where it could have came from. I have no idea.
Do you think it's just hateration in this dancery?
It's no way it could be anything else. I don't have no
hate
affiliation.
Is a strong word, though.
That's why I say hateration in this dancery. I lightened it up a little bit.
Hate is a very strong word.
Yeah.
I always ask myself, where did this start?
The source of all of this.
What was the first?
What happened?
I have no idea.
What was the first chirp?
I have no idea where it came from. I've seen stuff since I've been in Orlando about me trying to take Superman or things like that. But the Superman for me came from all the things I was doing in the community. It came from me jumping over teammates, me doing stuff in the weight room. All these different things is why they were calling me Superman. It wasn't because I went around boasting about being Superman and carried an S on my chest. There's nothing in my house besides a Lego piece that I was given or gifts that I was given that says I'm Superman. I don't put it on my body. I don't run around and say I'm Superman. I don't. That's just a name that was given to me.
That's the thing about nicknames. You can't give yourself a nickname.
You got to earn it.
Motherfucker.
People have given me that nickname.
Right.
Nobody, I didn't go around, never going around and call myself any nickname that I've gotten. All my nicknames have been what people have given me.
You know, Melo always speaks about the fraternity in the NBA. And, you know, I think last episode we had something with Scotty where it's just like, sometimes it might be generational. Sometimes it's just, I don't want to use the word insecurity, but
it's insecurity. You can call it what it is. That's insecure when you got to speak on another man or female in any negative light. I feel like that's insecurity. There's nothing that I could say bad about someone if I don't know them. I can only speak positive. If it's something that's negative or something, I just feel like, in my opinion, I feel like that's some.
And somebody, and speaking as not just me, but like for the majority of people who just love the game, the way I grew up, the OGs, like after they're on their way out, there's always like not a passing of the torch, but it's like almost like a, yo, I'm gonna make sure this room is better than I left it.
To that point, I was over here thinking, to that point, right? At the time that you came into the league, Shaq was already getting older in the league, right? The fact that they were saying Dwight's the next Shaq. He's
same smile.
He's the new Shaq.
Not same smile, but same like. He said same dunks, nigga. He said same smile. I mean, in a sense, like they were both big big, fun-loving centers, like the way Shaq was in Orlando.
Yeah,
same way you were. You know what I mean?
But at that point in time, right? Mm-hmm. Do you believe that a lot of that has, because you can't figure this shit out. So I'm just trying to go back into times where you guys kind of cross.
It's never been a time where I've crossed the path with him and it was something out of disrespect. Even with careers, like I didn't choose
dunked on him. It was like old ass motherfucker.
I done dunked and been in the paint while he was there and talk shit. He done did the same thing, but it's like that's competition. Like when we on the court, of course I'm talking shit, whatever it may be, but I don't take none of that with me. Because it's just this is what we're doing for our jobs. You know, if you taking it off the court, then I feel like now that's when insecurities and other stuff come in, because what are you really upset about? You are who you are.
Right.
There's no need for you to say anything about somebody else to tear them down in any type way. This man is obviously we ain't got to get into what he's done for our sport. I watched this man when I was young growing up, when I played power forward. Never wanted to be him, never wanted to be like him, but I wanted to take some of his traits that he had and implement them in my game because I knew it was going to take me to a new level. And that's what every player does. I'm pretty sure his players he watched and said, you know what, I'm going to take that from him and use that. Mm-hmm. But he's still Melo.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm not going out trying to be Shaq off the court and make people laugh. That's just me. I'm naturally funny sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. People laugh at my jokes sometimes.
So since you're naturally funny, you have your natural personality, and that doesn't really, you don't deviate from that. Mm-hmm. Do you think in Shaq's case, right? Because like when you look at Shaq, like you said, what he's done for the game is undeniable. Mm-hmm. But on the other side of things, he's always been an entertainer. He's a guy that's been playing in his prime, doing movies, doing comedy. He had the Shaq's comedy special. You know what I mean? Like all this type of stuff. So he's always been.
My son got a platinum record.
I was about to say rap albums.
You know what I'm saying? So like rapping with real songs with big, no made up shits. You know what I mean? Like, so taking that into account, do you ever like look at it through that lens? Now, at this stage in your career, in your life, where it's like,
this man 50 years old. I'm
just
pushing 40.
He's
like, what? Just angry for no reason. Like, come on. Like, even like, and it's not just me. It's just every person that has been around this has been pulled down because of something that they have said. Charles to Penny to Kobe. Everyone has dealt with some type of jealousy when it comes to him and their relationship. What am I got to be jealous over him for, or hate, or be envious over him? You know, that's not coming from me. So that's why the last time I was like, yo, bro, this is enough. Like at some point, this got to stop. Either we can sit and talk like grown men, or like
celebrity boxing on Netflix.
Well, I'm not trying to fight nobody. Like that's whack. Like that's not going to solve nothing. That's not going to solve nothing. We fight. I'm going to train my ass off. Like I'm fucking training for Rocky or some shit. I'm coming back crazy. Like, this
Creative Center Productions. You know what I'm saying? Promotions.
He's crazy, but no.
Creative Center Promotions presents.
It's not about us fighting. It's just like us coming together as two big ass giant black men. Hey, do you have an issue? If you don't, then what is it? Like, let's figure this out. Like, we too grown for this back and forth over social media. Like, we got a real life and we got social media. We got kids. You got grown-ass kids. You got relationships. Let's keep all that away from whatever we got going on and sit down and talk. If it ain't nothing, then don't let it be nothing. But let's stop doing this for entertainment. Like, I'm not trying to get in your entertainment with this.
Y'all got to get y'all shit together.
I just hate that just in general, bro.
It takes two to tango. You see what I'm saying? Like, no matter if you ain't say nothing, respond before you responded, Shaq keep responding. You know, Shaq like that type of shit. Shaq like that energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. He always been that. He gonna always do that. You feel me? So
he don't like that energy.
If it ain't nothing.
He don't like that energy.
If it ain't nothing.
Then don't let it be nothing.
Don't let it be nothing.
Correct.
Shaq, let's have this conversation.